We're making these simple yet delicious chocolate puff pastry twists. Be sure to check out this video's description box for a list of ingredients and directions posted there by me for your convenience. To get started, we need to melt half a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips and 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil in the microwave for about 1 to 1.5 minutes, stirring every 30 seconds or so. We also need 4 ounces of softened cream cheese and a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. We're gonna beat these 2 ingredients together real quick. Then we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of heavy cream and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're going to give this a good mix until everything looks nice and creamy. Next, we're going to add in our melted chocolate. By now it should be melted and mostly cooled. We definitely don't want to add in hot chocolate to our cream cheese mixture. If you have to wait a few minutes for it to cool down, please do so. I'll wait. When you're ready, we're going to mix everything together. Scrape the bowl as needed. This is the perfect time to double check that everything has been thoroughly mixed in. On a lightly floured work surface, we're going to unfold 1 sheet of puff pastry. You can find a box of this stuff in the freezer section of your local Walmart. Just be sure to let the puff pastry thaw out a little bit before attempting to unfold it. Otherwise, you risk the chance of breaking off or snapping off a piece of that puff pastry at the seam. The only thing we're going to do to this puff pastry sheet is gently roll it out just a wee bit, mostly to flatten out the fold lines. Gently pick up your puff pastry and transfer it to a parchment lined baking sheet. Grab your bowl of chocolatey goodness and spread it all over your puff pastry like so, as evenly as possible. This looks perfect. Now we need a top sheet. Luckily for us, a single box of puff pastry comes with 2 sheets inside. Same thing as before, lightly flour the surface and gently roll out your puff pastry. Try to aim for the same size as the other one. Once you think you're ready, gently take it over to your other chocolate covered puff pastry and place it directly on top. With your rolling pin, gently roll the 2 pieces together. No need to press hard, just gently press. Now it's time to cut out our twists. Find the center and cut your puff pastry in half. Then cut each half in half again. You should now have 4 quarters. All that's left is to cut each quarter into 3 equal strips. In total, you should come out with 12 equal strips. To give them that classic twist, simply pick one up like so and gently give it a twist. Repeat the same process with the remaining strips. Now we're going to brush our twists with an egg wash. This is just 1 egg and a tablespoon of water mixed together. Just so we're on the same page, this is a terrible brush to use on puff pastry. Use an actual puff pastry brush. This one is more of a barbecue sauce brush, if anything. But I'm using what I have on hand, and a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do, and I'm making do with what I have. Lastly, if you want to gild the lily some more, you can add on a light sprinkling of sugar. I'm gonna do it because the recipe recommends it. I'm fully committed. As a side note, the recipe does suggest putting your twists in the refrigerator to chill for 30 minutes before baking. I did not do this. They went straight into my preheated oven at 400 degrees for 15 to 17 minutes, or until lightly golden brown, and I have 0 regrets. One thing to note, which I did forget to do, the recipe does say to pinch the ends together before baking. As you can see, some of them, they sort of baked and then spread in weird directions. This doesn't bother me, but I figured I should mention it. Pinch the ends before baking. Lastly, all we need to do is whip up our glaze, which is super simple. All we need is 1 cup of powdered sugar, 1 to 2 tablespoons of milk, and a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I did start out with only 1 tablespoon of milk, but then added in the 2nd tablespoon later when I realized 2 is probably going to be better than 1. This looks perfect. Go ahead and transfer your glaze into either a piping bag or a sandwich baggie. Snip off the tip and squiggle some lines onto each twist. Don't these look yummy? Don't worry, they were. Here's an ingredients list. I'm not even going to tell you how to store these because there aren't going to be any leftovers. They're that good. Who can say no? Not me. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out, and I'll see you all in the next video.